Very on theme composition for HLE, dive the backline and look for that. Nongshim, much more about kite back peel and play around those two late game carries and see if you can keep Calyx and Trigger alive and they can deal that DPS.
Trying to do.
Yes.
But they missed. And so instead it was just throwing grapes across the room.
Trundle's mouth isn't big.
All right, there's a flash out, but the flash to follow immediately is Calyx. Not going to quite get finished off here by Zeka. But still, that's putting a fair bit of fear in him.
That was single
yeah,
digit.
I feel like everyone just presses the button. I don't even know whether I'm worried about it or what. All right. First grub going to be taking the flash forward from Delight. The flash out from Trigger is so awkward. Emperor's Divide hits the air. I hope that's what he was aiming for, as Zeka is now just going to get crushed here. Trigger follows him and grabs that kill. That's first blood as Peanut takes the magical journey to follow. Delight flashes into the red pit and does get himself away. But man, that was weird on every angle. Do very much. And it was just Zeka being turned on before much of anything could have really happened. I don't think he got an opportunity to even get his ult off. A Solar Flare is celebratory put down in this lane. Peanut moving in, Killer Instinct on top of Trigger. Viper gets the cleanse, flashes to pick up the kill onto the Sivir. Permafrost to lock down Lahens. It's a double here for Viper. And at least this game, Nongshim had a couple of minutes of feeling good before HLE decided to destroy them, as that Cosmic Binding is going to go wide. Gideon moving underneath this turret. There's a chomp, but they don't have the scoop as the feats of warfare come in. There's the knock-up from Zeka as Calyx taking a bit of damage.
All I can think.
No. And not here in this lane. All right, we've got another little bit of an engagement here as Lahens is in the river and is no longer in the river because he's dead.
Viper's getting pretty fed.
He is.
Yeah. Honestly.
I really do like being here on the Caster Blanc with the Orcs.
I feel like, you know, we call things because they've been called out already.
Yeah.
But have we ever thought, could they be called something better?
Exactly. We need to expand our minds. And then we get gifted with things like this, like Cloud Souls. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
You always know you're on the right train of mind when a Cloud Soul comes up.
Exactly.
It's just factual proof.
Glacial Prison doesn't do a whole lot of anything. Maybe it's luring them into a false sense of security, though, as Zeka rebinds the soul very quickly. It's Delight meep slapping, having a good time, but otherwise not too much else is going to happen. As Trigger did press the on the hunt button.
I do like when the on the hunt is used and they all just kind of stand around.
But also, wasn't the Drake was just taken. Oh, Solar Flare is going to come through. Delight might just be dead, and he is. So there it is. Sometimes sticking around in a place that you don't necessarily need to be for a really long time pays off. And maybe it's going to continue to do so, or maybe they're going to get punished as the ulti comes through from Zeka. He rebinds the soul, though. The health bars are low. But Gideon with that subjugate, he's very tanky. If he presses that button onto Peanut, they're not going to be able...
The Peanut will be taking your red buff.
Yes, he will. No subjugate means that no real advantage here for the Trundle. And Emperor's Divide is going to throw Delight away, but he still manages to land. A Tempered Fate comes in, denies the Winter's Wrath damage, but Zeka just wants to come through, grabs that Q to take him down, and somehow it's in fact Viper that gets the kill, who just pressed R and said, no, I'll have that.
That's pretty stylish from Delight, honestly. Calyx, a little bit late with a flash, gets stunned anyway, and served up on a platter to the rest of the team. And HLE going to take this tower in the bot side as well. Will deliver them feats of strength.
Flashed away, then he wouldn't have been stunned.
That also would have really confused Delight.
I would have been really cute and confused as well. All right, I think we've seen this play before, but this time Zeka doesn't have the backup. He does unbind the soul. What goes out must come back, and he is just dead. Yeah. 7 seconds until the ulti was back, but I don't think that would have saved him either. And now Nongshim able to take down this outer turret on the bottom side of the map as well. HLE had already locked down
but I'm tentative, because I still feel like despite the fact Nongshim are trying to make things happen, they have been on the back foot generally so far, past 5 or so minutes.
Zeka is going to miss a few buttons, but still is just unanswered as far as that aggression is concerned. Peanut, can we find the ulti? The answer is no, and Calyx actually uses it as an opportunity to pick up Zeka. Now Lahens making his way over, and the Sand Soldiers making short work of the Yone. Making him look silly. That was a sick play from Calyx.
So well played there. Calyx circumventing the engage and turning it around. Viper taking a good amount of damage there. The only hunt comes...
Still HLE in the lead by just a little bit. They've also got the first 2 Drakes. It's going to be pretty comfortable as Gideon with a bit of a chomp. And now Trigger could be in trouble. There's the knock-up onto Lahens. He has Eclipse, but oh dear, they are preparing the Sivir for afterwards. The Equalizer comes down. Killer Instinct here from Viper, who really wants to confirm a kill in this fight. Equalizers are everywhere right now as the Void Seeker comes on through, and Zeus Yeah, he's just a walking flamethrower. And even Shelly is getting involved here as Peanut chasing after Lehens. Oh no! That's how he kills his former teammate. And they are going to look for Soul Point as well. Kingen is done with this. He's going to look to push in mid, and will be able to taxi his way out with that Raptor camp. But yeah, they're taking Dragon, they're pushing mid, and they're pushing bot lane as Peanut cannot land an ult to save his life. Another Emperor's Divide going to hit too, but this time the Pigeon Man is going to go down. Peanut just one more, and he's going to be dead as Kingen and Viper are fighting. Viper now looking for one more Void Seeker. Wants to be able to destroy this turret, and should be able to do so because Kingen cannot walk up, and there it is. And Zeka, in the meantime, while all of this was happening, was just on this Drake.
Yep, Zeka fixing the Drake.
I don't know what necessarily that means. But it might mean that this Otacon is going to get started from HLE and could be a dangerous time. Lehens, the Eclipse is on cooldown. The Equalizer actually to break up the fight here as Zeka was looking for a bit of an angle. Doesn't quite get there. It's going to be a 50-50 as Trigger not going to get hit by that one. And it's the Brad that unseals the spellbook to get the smite. Oh! Divide sweeps up two immediately. They do take down the Azir to punish him for that sick play, but it's still a big one. And what goes out must come back. As it's the Silas that takes down the Yone, and grats on the Otacon, but everyone is face first in the mud.
Just feel like it's Viper vs. the world, and Calyx kind of destroyed
all of that money just spewing out of HLE as he went for that play. Absolutely massive stuff here. And fight for this Dragon. It is Cloud Soul Point for HLE. They lock this down. They're going to be running real fast as Kingen finds an Equalizer. The flash forward. Another ulti goes to Narnia, but the ult's there from Zeka to lock down Calyx. And this time, the Emperor's Divide divides by 0. And it does absolutely nothing. Cosmic Binding is a flash there from Delight. He tries to get himself out of the play, but now it's the Viper show as he dives on top of everyone. Gets the triple, and there's the follow-up. Quadrakill for Viper, and maybe it's just as over as game one.
Viper just refuses to lose. He's putting this game on his back. Delight comes in with the clutch
because Zeka decided to look at him.
That's enough. You know, they put the pressure on Calyx. He does have TP, but it's going to be gone before he can get back on the map.
Yeah. There's not even Smite for Delight this time. In fact, no one really needs Smite. Viper is just going to take it. He's got 3.5 items. I think HLE looking for a bit of a reset before they do go for their Baron push, but instead, I think maybe they're considering just winning. An ultimate landed here from Peanut as Kingen. Just no chance to throw one back. And the Silas will just be torn from this plane. Zeka also splitting on that top side. And HLE, oh man, when we had a game on our hands like a second ago. And I know Chronicler told me that curses aren't real, but I felt like maybe I'm responsible. Maybe that was a curse.
There is something I want to bring your attention to. I'm not sure we're gonna have much time left in the game. They're gonna blow open the base.
What is?
I did see it pop up when he built it, but I wasn't sure if it was legit.
All right.
Let's continue with what's happening on screen.
Okay, Lehens is dead. There is the Fate sealed as well, collecting 2. The Fate, the Tempered Fate, gonna hold them all together as Calyx trying to get himself out, but Trigger, no way to do so. And HLE, I think they're just going to follow this next minion wave into the base, unless, no, there is a teleport back here. Delight bringing a redemption in. As there are teleports, in fact, coming from everywhere.
It's the same play, the recall TP redemption to heal up for the final push.
And they turned the Equalizer into a 7. That was kind of cool on the ground there as Calyx, oh dear, going for the play, does manage to find the Rumble, but he immediately dies. You blink and you miss it. As there's the knock-up onto Kingen as well. Permafrost not going to come on through there as, yeah, Viper is going to be taken out. Zeka now looking to try and find something back, but they're very tanky, is Lehens and Gideon. Maybe not anymore now that the Eclipse is down, but then it comes back up again.
It goes up soon.
All right. Well, I don't think Lehens is going to be killing Zeka at any point, and Trigger is going to respawn, so the game will continue. You get to talk about that thing that popped up.
That's good, because now we have time to discuss something in...
Well, Gideon, dead.
Not bad.
He went into his own kennel.
Look, I'm gonna be. I don't know if this is a thing. I don't know if this is something I've missed.
Game, despite the fact that they are losing very considerably.
Okay, now you gotta have a look.
Well, sometimes just want to man-immune. Another ulti going to connect there onto Lehens this time around. Zeka's going to look to finish that one off. The Fate Sealed comes on through, but his target, I think, was dead before he even made it over there. The Rumble grabs the double. Viper's going to finish off the Silas. We'll never see the Manamune value as Calyx once again finding an ulti. This time the Brad gonna go down, but not before throwing out the Tempered Fate and setting it up for Viper to knock it down. Only Lahen's left alive as HLE will complete the 2-0 and look a whole lot better than their first week. I think getting some good night's sleep has certainly helped out as they've moved to the second week of this round.